Here's every proven way you can build wealth in 2026. Let's dive in. Startup Builder. The classic path to wealth is still launching a company. You spot a problem, create a solution, and try convincing investors and customers that it matters. The odds are brutal, since most startups collapse within a year, but the reward is freedom and ownership. Founders who make it through the grind often sell their companies for massive exits or take them public. The process is exhausting, demanding endless fundraising, constant pivots, and high risk. But when it clicks, the payout is life-changing. Unlike jobs with fixed salaries, startups give you equity, which means if your idea grows, so does your bank account. In 2026, this path still attracts dreamers and risk-takers who would rather gamble everything for independence than settle for predictable income. For a few, it remains the fastest way to wealth. Crypto Gambler. Some people get rich this year by treating crypto like a casino. They throw money into meme coins or new tokens that spike in value because of hype. Nobody knows when these trends will collapse, but timing matters more than skill. Those who buy early and sell at the peak walk away with fortunes, while others watch balances vanish overnight. The market is fueled by online chatter, influencers, and community frenzy rather than fundamentals. It feels risky because it is, yet stories of instant millionaires keep pulling more people in. Crypto in 2026 has matured in some areas, but speculation still dominates. If you manage to exit at the right time, wealth arrives in days instead of years. It is unpredictable and often reckless, but for many, gambling on digital coins is still irresistible. Social media star. You no longer need Hollywood to get rich. In 2026, people are building fortunes by creating content that attracts massive audiences. Whether it is comedy, commentary, or streaming games, the formula is simple: capture attention and monetize it. Brands pay influencers for partnerships, platforms share ad revenue, and fans buy merchandise or subscriptions. A viral video can change a life overnight, though keeping momentum is the real challenge. The pressure to stay relevant never stops, and public criticism is constant. Still, the payoff is obvious. Some creators earn more in a month than professionals make in years. Social media has turned personality into currency and attention into wealth. The barrier to entry is low, but success requires consistency, creativity, and timing. For those who manage to hold audiences, the money follows quickly and powerfully. Freelancer. Instead of chasing bosses or office promotions, many in 2026 are building wealth by selling skills directly. Freelancers design, write, code, consult, and market without ever setting foot in a cubicle. The lifestyle begins with small gigs and inconsistent income, but it grows into steady work with higher rates as reputation builds. The attraction is freedom. You decide where, when, and how to work. The challenge is unpredictability, since slow months test patience. Some freelancers scale into agencies and expand beyond themselves, while others remain solo but earn far more than typical employees. It is not the fastest route to millions, but it delivers independence and steady growth. By choosing your clients and raising your value, freelancing becomes a long-term path to wealth. In 2026, more professionals are trading stability for ownership of their time and income. Investor. Wealth also comes from making your money work harder than you do. Investors in 2026 are buying stocks, property, startups, and funds that generate passive income. The strategy is not glamorous, but compounding builds fortunes quietly over time. Patience separates winners from those who panic during market dips. Some trade actively and thrive on risk, while others focus on safe, long-term bets. Real estate adds stability. Stocks add growth, and startups add explosive potential. It is not about luck as much as discipline. Checking charts daily is tempting, but ignoring noise often delivers the biggest rewards. Unlike trends that fade, investing builds sustainable wealth. By diversifying and letting time do its work, many ordinary people in 2026 are growing into millionaires. It is slower than gambling or going viral, but it is dependable and lasting. Influencer course seller. Another way people are cashing in is by selling knowledge. In 2026, online courses promising financial freedom are everywhere. Influencers package strategies into slick presentations, market them aggressively, and charge hundreds to thousands of dollars. The pitch is irresistible because it sells hope more than education. Most buyers will fail to replicate the promised success, but that does not matter to the seller. For the creator, every new sign-up means serious profit. Many record lessons once and resell them endlessly, turning digital files into recurring income streams. It may not feel ethical, but the money is undeniable. For ambitious marketers, the real product is not skills, but the dream itself. As long as people want shortcuts, this model thrives. In 2026, teaching how to make money often makes more money than actually doing it. Real estate player. Owning property is still one of the most stable wealth strategies. Buyers in 2026 target undervalued neighborhoods, renovate properties, and earn rental income while values climb. It requires heavy upfront cash and patience, but the rewards accumulate year after year. Real estate investors often leverage loans to buy more, using tenants' rent to cover expenses. Over time, portfolios expand and equity compounds. Unlike volatile markets, real estate moves slower but steadily upward. It provides both monthly cash flow and long-term appreciation. Some investors manage single homes, while others build empires across cities. The business comes with headaches like repairs and vacancies, but wealth grows quietly behind the scenes. In a world full of quick schemes, property remains one of the safest ways to build lasting riches. For disciplined owners, it is a lifelong income engine. Pro gamer. Video games are no longer just entertainment. They are a career. In 2026, professional gamers earn through tournaments, sponsorships, and streaming. What once looked like a hobby now funds mansions, cars, and massive followings. The path begins with skill and long hours of practice, but it scales with charisma and community. Gamers who build brands around themselves often make more than those who only compete. Prize pools in esports are larger than ever, and online platforms make stars out of players daily. The challenge is staying at the top, since competition is global and constant. Careers can be short, but while they last, they are extremely profitable. Gaming once meant wasting time. Now it means building wealth. In 2026, pressing buttons fast enough can genuinely replace traditional jobs and create millionaires out of players. Politician. Power can be just as profitable as innovation. Politicians in 2026 earn not just from salaries but from influence. Campaign donations, consulting fees, and connections quietly boost their wealth over time. The role starts with local elections, small victories, and community trust. Once elected, opportunities for financial gain multiply. Real estate deals, speaking engagements, and private arrangements funnel money in ways difficult to trace. While the job appears to be about serving people, it often becomes about securing wealth. The public may debate intentions, but the financial outcomes speak for themselves. Many career politicians retire as millionaires, despite modest official paychecks. For those willing to navigate the system, politics offers a path to riches disguised as public service. In 2026, ambition in government still doubles as one of the most lucrative financial strategies available. Viral app creator. One small idea can still change a life. In 2026, a developer who builds the right app at the right moment can become rich overnight. It might be a simple game, a productivity tool, or a social feature nobody saw coming. Once downloads explode, investors and companies line up with offers. Some apps generate income through ads or subscriptions, while others are sold entirely for huge payouts. Success is rare, but the speed is unmatched. One week you are coding alone, the next you are running a company or negotiating millions. The challenge is recreating that magic, since lightning rarely strikes twice. Still, this path proves that innovation and timing can collide to produce instant wealth. For coders and creators, building apps in 2026 remains a direct shot at financial freedom and recognition. Side hustler. Many people in 2026 get rich by stacking multiple small income streams. They start with flipping sneakers, renting equipment, or delivering part-time. Over time, each hustle grows into something bigger. Selling collectibles, teaching online, or running small shops can transform into full businesses. The strength of this path is flexibility. Hustlers can pivot quickly when trends shift. At first, the money feels like extra cash, but eventually the side projects begin to out-earn regular jobs. Some scale into full companies, while others keep juggling several hustles at once. It takes energy and persistence, but it works for people who refuse to rely on one paycheck. In a world full of instability, side hustles provide multiple safety nets. For many in 2026, combining small ventures is their fastest and most reliable way to build wealth. Lawsuit winner. Unexpected settlements still create instant wealth. In 2026, someone who sues after an accident or product failure can walk away with life-changing money. The process begins with hiring a lawyer, filing a case, and waiting months for negotiations. Companies often pay large amounts to avoid lengthy trials. For those on the receiving end, a single settlement can wipe debts, buy homes, or set up savings for life. It is not a repeatable plan, but it happens often enough to remain a path to wealth. Some call it luck, others call it justice, but the outcome is the same. Sudden financial security. The downside is years of stress and uncertainty before the payout. Still, plenty of people in 2026 have gotten rich not by design, but because a courtroom decision landed in their favor.